All right, everyone. It is time for my interview today with Eric Golden. Welcome, Eric. I'm so excited to have you with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Eric, you are from Colorado. You do a lot of music out in Colorado. So you're kind of new to the Wisconsin area, but I think it won't be long and everyone in Wisconsin is going to know who you are.
Well, yeah, out of Colorado, kind of playing Colorado and surrounding areas, but looking to expand wherever we can, and always excited to, have new listeners and meet new people and all that good stuff.
Now, you are kind of got the traditional honky-tonk sound of country music, correct?
Yes.
And that is kind of a dying sound.
Yeah, two of my biggest inspirations that are still out there doing it is Marty Stewart and Roy Yoakum. And there's something about the sounds that have influenced them, going all the way back from, Waylon and Merle and Buck Owens and all that stuff, that has always really struck a chord with me. And as I began performing live, I kind of found there was a niche in people wanting to still hear that music, and started building a show around that, which was great because that's the music that I love and that I want to play and that I want to make. So that influence went over into the songs that I wrote and then released. And people enjoy it. And we built a great following here locally around Colorado. And I think there's a place still out there for traditional country.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you. Now, let's get a little background on how you got started.
Yeah, my dad's a musician, so I grew up in a music household. He played all over Colorado and also outside the state, did some touring, going back to the 70s, all the way up through me growing up. He's a guitar player and sing, and played in a lot of different bands, fronted his own bands, things like that. So I grew up around it, and then it was actually, I found it a little bit later in terms of going out and doing it publicly. Always played music around the house and picked up the guitar off and on as I was growing up. And then after I got out of high school, started playing a little bit more, and then it was actually even a little bit later after that, I started hitting open mics and open stages, doing stuff with him, like sitting in with bands that he was playing in, and that's just slowly evolved to me picking up doing some acoustic work, and then going from like a solo acoustic to duos, and then all of a sudden I'm putting a band together, and now I'm doing band shows, acoustic shows, and anything they'll hire me for.
Pretty exciting stuff. Now, in 2019, you were awarded the Colorado Country Music Hall of Fame Newcomer of the Year.
Yes.
Well, that must have been pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, very exciting. The Colorado Country Music Hall of Fame is a great group, and they're super supportive of the local country music scene, and have been very gracious to me. And after 2019, they awarded me the Entertainer of the Year in 2021. So like I said, they've been very gracious in supporting me.
Now, just not too long ago, this year, 2024, you released a full-length album, Sit Here and Cry. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this was my first release of any original music. Playing out live, we've always been mostly covers, so it's been really nice to, be able to trick in the original songs. But I kind of went in with an approach with this album because we do a lot of dance hall sets, where the goal is, from the club owner standpoint, is let's keep the dance floor full and stuff like that. So I kind of went into an approach where I wanted to write these songs that, one, reflected the traditional country music sounds, but songs that I could easily transfer into our set that would be interchangeable and wouldn't affect the flow of the night and things like that. So that was a big part of the approach to the album. Spent about a little bit over a year writing and recording everything. And, we're released a couple singles starting back early in the year. And then, full album came out last month.
Very exciting stuff. Now, we're going to have a couple of songs of yours off that album. And the first one is the title track, Sit Here and Cry. Tell me how that came about.
You know, really, it was just me and my songwriting partner. We were just kind of sitting around, throwing out lyrics, throwing out words, and I don't remember which one of us came up with that line, but as soon as we did, we just slowly built off of it and kind of put, an upbeat groove right behind it, and it came together quickly. That was the very first single. That was one of the first songs that we actually wrote, and yeah, it's a fun one.
It is definitely a fun one, and I think people are really going to enjoy it. And the other one that we're going to let our folks listen to today is Switching to Whiskey.
Yeah, another one that, just a fun song to play. It's got, a nice catchy groove and feel to it. And same thing, I wrote it with my songwriting partner, and just that line came out, Switching to Whiskey, and again, a song that just quickly came together off of one line where we just started bouncing things back and forth, and that's been really a really big popular one at the live shows. It's been fun to play and fun to get see the response from people.
Oh, I'm sure it has been. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to listening to more of your music, and if you ever make it to Wisconsin, I hope you stop in.
Well, we would love to come out to Wisconsin anytime, and I would absolutely love to stop in and see you in person.
That would be wonderful. All right, folks, you can find out more about Eric at his website, ericgoldenmusic.com. That's ericgoldenmusic.com. Eric, again, thank you so much for joining me today. I certainly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.